Hi, salam alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace. Again, it's me, Tracy Lene Muhammad, with part 2. I was getting an oil change, so the man came in to let me know my car was ready. What's interesting is he knew what I was doing, and he does the same thing. So then I went on his YouTube channel and subscribed to his blog, his YouTube stuff, and he's subscribing to mine, which is really great. He has 1 follower. I think I have more than that, but he's starting, and so am I, and it's amazing to even get up the nerve to start. What I wanted to go into is vibes, vibration, and power on the level of thinking. So when things happen in our lives, we tend to start to beat ourselves up, whether we did it on purpose or whether it came to us because it's coming through us to teach us something greater, or it's just one of those things where life is just handing you some shit. You got to deal with it, because we come to this earth plane. It's not going to all be perfect. And instead of saying, I heard somebody I admire very much say, instead of saying, why me, God, say, well, why not me? And then just deal with it. Put your big girl panties on or your big boy boxer briefs on and handle it. I like to say that when life offers you a curveball, you come up to the plate, tap your foot, tap that bat, say batter up, and then hit that motherfucker out the park. So talking about vibes, when the vibes happen, what vibes are, okay, so I'm so busy paying attention to the street, which I should be because I'm driving. It's not no law in Virginia. I can hold the phone and talk and drive. If I were on the highway, I wouldn't do it. But vibrations. Oftentimes when we have financial difficulties, we beat ourselves up, and somehow we connect having or the lack of money with some type of moral compass. Like if you don't have a lot of money, then you're not a good person, or we attach it to self-worth. We think we're not supposed to go through anything. We're not equipped to go through it most times, or we wallow in it. There's a difference in feeling the emotion and feeling the feeling and wallowing in it. And only you know the difference. It's difficult for me to tell you what the difference is for you. I know what it is for me. But when I started to have financial problems, I started beating myself up. Like, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. I can't manage my money. How could I let this happen? I have 4 children. All of that, I went into that. And what that did is it kept me there, because the vibration of that is low. So if I stayed on that low vibration of worry, fear, disgust at my own self, then I could never rise up. A really good friend of mine, one of my bestest friends, was tired of me whining and complaining and why me, God, and I'm a good person, and said, listen, you have money and you spend it incorrectly for the situation you're in. You got to realize that. And then she explained to me how one bad choice can spiral out of control and put you in a financial place that you don't want to be in. And that's what had happened. But my husband and I became ashamed of it. And instead of dealing with it, we became ashamed and buried our heads deeper in the sand, not dealing with it. And stuff is just all around us, and we're playing what I like to call just like chicken in the field. Okay, where do we pluck now? What do we do? And you can never get ahead that way. And what was happening is, because I wouldn't look into things, I just, if I pretend like it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. But that's not the case. I know lots of self-help gurus say, don't focus on the problem, focus on the solution. And that's real. They don't say don't focus on the problem and do nothing. Focusing on the solution means you recognize that you indeed have an issue, but you're not focusing on the issue. You're saying, okay, well, this is this way. How can I fix it? And that's where I am now. It took me a lot of years to get to that. So there's a lot of damage financially done, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to say, oh my God, I had a Mercedes, beautiful Mercedes, 12 miles. That car was a demon, and that wasn't my fault. I could afford the payments on it, but the goddamn thing just kept needing stuff. And instead of recognizing, while we still had the warranty, that this was just a bad seed car, that Mercedes RX, that Mercedes R350 Sport, I'm mixing up because I know what my next car is going to be, was a purchase not made in haste, but made without checking out all of the stats on. Don't ever buy the floor model of a car And especially the first year a car came out. They don't even make them anymore. The ones you see on the road are older ones. Now I deserved that Benz, and I took very good care of it, and I could afford it. I had paid it off long before we started having financial difficulties. And I'm sharing this with you not to brag or share but because I think that lots of times we beat ourselves up when we get into financial situations because we feel like that's attached to our self-worth, and it's not. It's attached to your spending. And if you were anything like me, you spent wrong. You got what you wanted, and to hell with what you needed. You just assumed that some sky daddy was going to take care of it. And then you got mad at God when the shit didn't work out like that. Like, okay, God, well, I know I just spent $2,000 on clothes and shoes and stuff that I really didn't need, but I thought you was going to pay the mortgage for me this month. No, that's not the way it works. Took me a minute to figure that out. Okay, God, I don't know, I only had $150, but that girl was hungry and I didn't have any food for my children, but I'm going to give her $100 because God's going to give me more money. And then 2 weeks later, your children are eating beans because you made a choice to help somebody else. And I am all for helping other people, but what I should have done is said, okay, if nothing else, let's split this because, your children need to eat as well as mine. But instead, I just gave her the majority, thinking that the Sky Daddy was going to just pour down. Now, what Sky Daddy did do, my heart is in the right place. And it was a motive check time. Did you do that to be seen of her, not of other people? Did you do that so you could say, puff out your chest, Tracy? Or did you really want to help? Now, I knew I really wanted to help because when I realized I wasn't going to get any more money, something's giving me a notice. When I realized I wasn't going to get any more money, I had to wait for my husband to get paid. I didn't get upset. I didn't say, I did this, I help people all the time. No, I just said, oh shit, probably shouldn't have done that. And I didn't do that again. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm not in the Po house, but I'm definitely not where I desire to be, where I will be, because I am now understanding I lived my entire life without a budget. So that's pretty good to get to be 51 and not really ever budget, just do whatever I wanted to do. So now I'm learning that you got a budget, and sometimes some things you just don't get to have at that moment, but you do get to have it. Never have I asked and not received. So then I had to realize that and realize, okay, let me ask. Ooh, my 8th house oil is here. Yay! So yeah, because I'm into that thing, I believe in all things mystical and magical, and I do believe in Sky Daddy, but Sky Daddy, he got his daughter on a budget. Anywho, I'm excited because I'm alive, and I just wanted to talk to you about vibes. Go ahead and vibe higher. Decide right now that you are worthy of everything that you want, and then go after it. Understanding that you got to forgive yourself. You can't beat yourself up. You've got to let go of the past and live in the present moment. Don't let anybody else beat you up. If somebody wants to keep reminding you about who you used to be, you tell them used to be's don't make no honey. Assalamu alaikum, namaste, hotep, shalom alaikum, peace out to Brooklyn and everywhere else.